Welcome back to Project Zomboid. We're hungry and thirsty. We can start that off by doing some stuff here. We've got a variety of things. In terms of drinks, we definitely have an empty plastic bottle. And we're running out of easily accessible water here. But we have all these other bits of water, so I think we can manage. From the floor, water bucket, liquid options, transfer liquid, pour to, drain item that contains liquids here, click icon, from the bucket to this plastic bottle. Pour it. Pouring from bucket to plastic bottle, capacity 1 liter, used, empty, pour 1 liter, max, pour it. That's definitely a system. I know, it's in there. Amazing. Except for the part where we drink some of it, too. That's fine. Also have some other drinks in here, too. A lot of empty stuff, though, also. Water here, too. Water in a beer bottle, water in a bottle. Water in a glass mug, water in a mug. Water in a bowl. We got water. It's not a problem. And a few more eggs here. We can eat those, too. Okay. We're also kind of dealing here with this hand wound, which may or may not be still behind this bandage. Bit of a laceration. So I think now would be a good time to read some books. Look at our skills we have available. I've already read the Maintenance 2 book, Mechanics 1 book, Agriculture 1 book, First Aid 1, Foraging 1, Tracking 1. We're working on the Fishing 1 book here. So if we look through the other books we have available, we have a few other ones, and then a lot of magazines also. So while we wait for problems to be solved hand-wise, we can definitely get some reading done. It's going to be a bit of eating a bunch of food, drinking a bunch of water, and reading. See if we get just bored of everything. Just standing around waiting. If we get bored, we could read a book to not be bored, which makes a lot of sense. Learning. Already that hungry. Got some more eggs in there we can also cook. Got when we run out of eggs. There's just so many books to potentially read. We don't even have all of them. We just have a selection of them that we have found. And when we're done reading the book, we throw it on the ground over there, because we're out of boxes to put things in. It is a problem, honestly. Read. Read. Now we can go do some fishing. Drop on the ground. Eat an egg. Eat another egg. Cook some eggs. They are still fresh, which is also nice. And just grab another carton of eggs. Open a carton of eggs. Here's a dozen eggs. Just throw the eggs in the oven. Everything's gonna be great. This also counts as cooking experience, which is also nice. Do we perhaps have a cooking 2 book we could read? Am I too worried about that right now? Not really. Cooking. Cooking. Cooked. And turn off the oven. Amazing. Also getting a little foam water. Bucket. Liquid options. Is there a quicker way to do this? Transfer liquid to. I feel like picked it up. We might be able to grab it. So grab 1 bucket of water. Liquid options. Transfer liquid. Let me just get in here. So I wanted show craft recipes, liquid options. Disable auto drink. No, I like the auto drink here. Let's put this in here. Pour as much as I can. Now it's full. Could just auto drink from this bucket. It's also a potential option. We've got the capacity for it, I suppose. Kinda. We'll think about it. We'll see if that works. We just need to keep reading some more books here. Give us some more options. Let's read about animal care. A little bit heavy with all of this bucket of water on us. We'll just read from a book while sipping from our bucket. Because that makes a lot of sense. In total, even at 3 times speed, we have a lot of books to read. And then we also need to do something about actually getting stats up from actually training these skills. If we go do some animal care, it'd be something. It has been 27 days, so I do slightly question how the animals are, like, doing currently. Like, they had some food and water and stuff, but how much is that actually a thing? It would be hard to do some animal care without any animals to care for. So there's obviously some potential issues with that. Hungry egg. Yeah, all this stuff that needs to be cooked and everything. Question's going to be how much we're really going to be finding any other actually, like, cookable stuff easily. Definitely like foraging and fishing and all that. There is options there. In terms for actual things, just like from places, less so. This in the ground. Getting a little drowsy. It's 23, which is fair. Definitely not doing much in terms of activity here. Oh, makes a bit of sense. So I want to keep our sleep schedule at least somewhat intact here while we read everything. Sleepy. Sleep. Yes. Supply bottle is at 0.4. We wake back up. And still 0.4. There. 11. Morning egg. Amazing. At this point, there's not much to worry about in terms of time passing, realistically. So I'm not too worried about it. Let's read about glass making. How incredibly specific. And napping, and masonry, and pottery, and carving small wooden objects. Carpentry. That's wooden constructions. There's a difference. Huh. We're gonna just read pretty much all these books. Or all the books we can read. We're still definitely missing some. Which is part of the problem that we hit with getting electrical to 3 is we were missing that book. Would have been helpful. We don't have all of them. Another benefit of reading everything that we have here is if we want to go out to somewhere else entirely, we would be able to not need to bring all the lowest level books that we already have. Because we probably still would want at least some of that kind of stuff. From the ground. Grab another book. What else we got? Tailoring 1. We're not getting bored or anything, so I'll take it. These are intriguing reads. Only have all of our knowledge. Not all this. We could definitely go around trying to make use of some of these skills. And if we make use of them enough, we could potentially read a Volume 2 book. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be a thought? Our generator's just over here, generating. Keeping the lights on so we can read deep into the night and all that. And we are drinking from our bucket now. Amazing. Oh. Zombie, you find my generator. Come over here. There's one danger with constantly speeding through things. Things can get out of hand pretty quick. Alright. break some of my planks? I think he broke some of my planks. Eat this egg. So I've been holed up in here long enough. There's zombies nearby. Something to keep checking. Another egg. Didn't attack the generator though, for whatever that's worth. Egg. Don't really see into my zombies. Can't see anything behind this tree though, obviously. Seems alright still. It's kind of a one-off kind of situation. Now the question is, do we have any more planks we could use to fix up this window here? And also, how's the generator doing? Generator info, fuel is at 85, condition at 96. Well, that's fine. Okay. I'm gonna look around for planks and stuff. I feel like we had some, or logs or something. They have green stars on them. Here's some planks. Do those, and some nails. We're pretty much good to go. Okay. A little over encumbered here. Drop this. A little water on the ground. That'll help a little bit. Da, 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 da. Building. Favorites. Plank barricade. Oh, another positive. This is also giving us some more carpentry XP, which we don't have the book for. But still. There we go. And all the other planks we still have. Just completely annihilated that. How do you still have planks on us? I don't know. Mysterious. Anyways. The planks and the nails here. Call that good, I guess. Oh. This window here doesn't have the sheet on it. It's also not really too see-throughable, so it's like our only way to see out because the doors don't have window parts either, so it's something. Keep reading. Alright, so that's tailoring. We'd have to see how much tailoring we need to actually repair things to any reasonable degree. Stuff with a hole in it still basically has a hole in it when just trying to patch it up a bit. I finish this tailoring one book, throw it on the ground. Pick up our water bucket of drinking. Not the gasoline though. That's a whole separate thing. Eat an egg. Get a bit drowsy. It's been days of knowledge here. What else we got? Trapping one. We have all sorts of opportunities. Do some fishing, trapping, other stuff. Foraging. Also an option. A bit tired. Yep. And sleep again. Yep. The absolute quantity of books. Pretty wild. When's more of a situation where you're actually worried about timing of everything. It's definitely worth actually prioritizing things. But again, we are kind of past that now. Just give ourselves the maximum opportunities. Let's continue to sip from our bucket. We're just out here eating only eggs and bucket water. A perfectly balanced meals we have here. Completely reasonable. And it's raining some more, so we can get more water in our rain barrels here. We should have some tarps and stuff. We could get a few more planks, make some clean water barrels to use. But these can store like a lot of water. It's pretty wild. Definitely an option. Okay. There's trapping one red. Eat an egg. Throw a book on the floor. You know how it is. Got some leather gloves with holes in on the floor too. Duplicate books also. Another egg. Have to cook some more eggs here pretty soon. Still have a whole nother carton. Lots to be had in a whole bunch of eggs. Welding 1. Reading 1. There was a reading skill book to read faster. That could be beneficial. Because of all the reading you need to do here. It's very, very moist outside. That's going to be fantastic for our rain barrels. Very, very moist. My goodness. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we have any other 1 books here. We could also prioritize places where we can actually read the level 2 books before we are done with that. Because that'd be 1 less book that we need to worry about where it is and if we have it and all that. An egg. A book on the ground. Floor will be full of books. If we have anything to say about it. Okay. Fresh egg carton. Open it up. Wonder if we have the Cooking 2 book. Go look for it. Find stuff out. We have Cooking 3. We're kind of making progress towards that a little bit. Got Cooking, Carving 1. Cooking, Fishing. Nope. Let's cook up these uncooked eggs. Would be a good idea to eat these uncooked eggs. Also doesn't take very long to cook them either, which is also nice. And they don't weigh too much either. Lots of benefits for a bunch of eggs. If we went and got some chickens, wouldn't that be a thought? Oh. 1 egg, right from the oven. How are we cooking these? Who knows? But we are, probably. Next book. Got some 2s and 3s in here. We also have all these magazines, which is also something. You teach us things. Unread. Read it. We put it back in here, which is not exactly what we want. I'm going to take it out and then read it and then put it back in. The hemp growing season. Worry about that. The magazines are much quicker. Teaching is simple forge and construct advanced forge. I doubt we have the levels required for all that kind of blacksmithing at home, as our blacksmithing is nothing. But potential options for the future. And make a wine glass and lantern glass. Good for glass making, which we technically have the book read for. We definitely need like actual resources to be able to do these kind of things, probably. Just munch on another egg. Drowsy. What else we got? We've got make noisemaker and firecracker. Read that. Red. Make crate trap and stick trap. That could be good for hunting stuff. And here is a whole bunch of welding information. Metal big pole fence gate, big wire fence gate, metal wire fence gate, big double pole gate, big double wire gate, metal big wire fence, metal big pole fence, metal wire fence. Wild. Read that one. Oh. Throw some magazines on the ground. Amazing. Eventually we can just use this bookcase as some storage or something. Only drowsy. Late. Sleep. If we had more storage. And the rain continues. Oh. Here we've got wilderness survival, a couple of remedies, an stone blade, fire harden, a spear, grind up plantains, bind a spearhead. Read it. Well, yarns, knit wool hat, knit a beanie, and all kinds of recipes in here. So if you never know, if you didn't read all these books, I guess. Butchering 1. Read it. As the rain just continues here, my goodness. So now, August 8th? Sure. I assume our hand is getting better at this point, but we still got books to read. So we are here. So many things to learn. And all of this learning, we've not even really gotten to actually doing anything. Basically 0 XP in most things. Whether or not some of these would be priorities, it's definitely questionable. That's alright. We're hungry as we finish reading about butchery. To be fair, that makes a bit of sense, doesn't it? We throw the book on the ground. Eat another egg. Also throw these here. Some recipes known from professions or traits. That's already read. I read this one. Eat another egg. How's our water bucket doing? Drink nearly half of a bucket of water while you read all these things. Alright, what else we got? Blacksmithing 1. Makes that forge that we now know how to make, or something. I think it's gonna be a little more complicated than that. Make a bunch of metal stuff. Can make some actual metal weapons or something. Probably would do better than the flimsy wood spears. We're also working on getting our maintenance up a bit. Got the book for that going. So in theory, some melee weapons could actually stick around for at least a little bit. In theory. Elementary forge practice. Doesn't actually teach you any recipes or anything, it's just the experience bonus. Just something. Okay. And I'll finish reading this. And then we eat an egg. It's definitely been a few days here. Eating eggs, reading books, a great time. Complete. Eat another egg. Look for books. Carving 1. Yeah. Read it. Let's check which skills don't we have the books for. I already did carpentry. Cooking and electrical are done. That one's done. Pottery 1 is one we might be missing. If you want to get started in pottery. Aside from that, napping and masonry also here. Some watching here is going. I see you. Information on you. Didn't hear it before any times. How strange. Not that one. None of these. We probably have a lot of watches in here, though, so that's something to consider. It's also very late. We should sleep. Don't get that too far off here. We're just so captivated by beginner's carving, clearly. Now we're gonna have an egg. Okay. And continue reading. Even with 3 times speed, the days do continue here. My goodness. Yeah, masonry, napping, pottery. These we can't really do. Maintenance is really the only one here. Aiming and reloading. Might get that more from like a gun store or something. Egg. Drop the carving book on the floor. Another egg. Find another book. What else we got? Some 2s in here. We had electrical or cooking 2 or carpentry 3. It's also an option. We have carpentry 4, cooking 3. Cultural 2, animal care 2s, and tailoring 5. Drinking 4, welding 3. Any magazines in this one? Nope, just books. And here we've got care blacksmithing 2 and 3. We just keep going straight through the blacksmithing, all the way up to 3 there. This one, forging, time. Do that. Growing seasons. Learn about farming stuff. Take it out and then read it. And then throw it on the floor. Right, what else we got? Masonry 1. We also have Masonry 2. Also saw Pottery 1 in there. And there's Reloading 1 and 3. We're missing a couple things still. That's Pottery. It looks like we don't have the Napping 1 book. Okay. At least it's something. We've got options. Boy, do we have options. Read it. Quickly. Also, I got eggs. We have a whole drawer full of stuff, though, so. Food-wise, we're still doing fine. We got more buckets of water and plenty of water. We just need to get it not so dirty first. Which we should be able to do in the oven still. In theory. Egg. Drop the masonry book. Eat another egg. Go pick up something else to eat here. Got some beef jerky. Barbecue sauce. Less exciting. Beef jerky. I wanted put in container. With some barbecue sauce in my beef jerky. Just deal with it. No. Fine. Pottery 1. We got a little bit of it here. What else we got? We're reloading 1. And after that, I think we are done with reading things. It's pretty impressive. Not even slightly tired yet. It's a slight problem. Sleep. Yes. We end our eggs only diet with some beef jerky now. Amazing. Eat half a jerky. Slightly more than an egg. That's alright. Pottery. Read it. Learning about ancient pottery. Sure. Okay. That is a lot of knowledge we can make use of here. If only to get to level 2 in most of them, but still. We could target some of the more interesting ones for actually doing stuff. Figure out what we can do. Mechanics could be helpful for vehicle stuff. Welding for breaking down some metal stuff. Really depends if we have all the materials we need also. That's part of things. That, another half a jerky. What else we got? Anything else? Reloading. Okay. That's gonna be very useful. Because the whole situation with the guns and aiming and reload. We also need a lot of aiming though, to make them actually usable. So we will see about that. If we get the welding up and going, we should be able to get into the police station more effectively. Probably have some stuff in there we can make use of. It's definitely a thought. Okay. And a lot of these level 2 books we could also use. Any welding 2s or anything? Blacksmith. All the way up to 6. Higher levels require even more. 60,000 XP for level 7. My goodness. Oh boy. Lots to worry about. Reloading in the floor. Some more beef jerky. A little late. Okay. Water bucket. Almost empty. Don't really want to carry this around at this point. It's a bit heavy also. So how about in here to get some empty bottles. Plastic bottles. Glass bottles. A variety of different bottles for purifying stuff. Mostly the glass ones. The plastic ones will only be purified in microwave. So we should probably also try to go get a microwave. Might not be a terrible plan. Transfer this into the various bottles. Yes, both of them. Pour it. Empty bottle. Pour it. Empty glass bottle. Pour it. No, this is completely empty. Okay. It's good, it's good. Now, can we purify a bucket of water in the oven here easily? Let's see what the information here. Liquid options. See wooden barrel. Container info. 130 liters. Probably each of these. Wooden barrel. Transfer liquid into bucket. Pour it. Like 130 each of these. That is many. Oh, zombie. Where do you come from? There we go. Yes, 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 yes. Hello, zombie. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anybody else right nearby? If I can see, but that doesn't mean there's nobody. Not too much activity. Which is nice. Kind of cleared out the area pretty effectively then, didn't we? Looks good to me. We can still use the plastic bottles for their lighter weight. We just transfer water from other things. Turn water, turn it on, cook it or whatever. Not exactly how that works, but close enough. And now it's just water. There you go. Back off. Water bucket. Ground bucket. 40 liters of clean water there. 400 liters of tainted water there, at least. It's definitely towards the amount to be good for, like, actually farm and stuff or something. Definitely an option. Anyways. I'm getting rid of a lot of these empty cartons and stuff. They're just kind of just in the way. I'm going to throw it on the ground over there. Empty cartons, empty pop can, empty bottle, empty small carton. Got some potatoes in here too we could cook. Use liquid options sent unwanted. Must be used in any water, bandage. No, it's an empty pop can. It's not true. Make gravy with an empty pop can, you say? Nope. Well, if they have any use, we can worry about it later. This is a bottle, though. It's like 500 milliliters. Not exactly what we're looking for. Alarm on you. Lighter. Watch. Okay. With that, we now have many options for things we can do at good levels of efficiency. 3 times multiplier times a 3 times multiplier could, in theory, get something done here. Or just a little drowsy. Let's get to sleep. Wake up for an actually going and doing stuff day. Next time. Goodbye.